Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to Friendsim 2, where we're going to be continuing off with our revolution at Mouse. Last we left off, we just managed to finish one of our gold-blooded friends. Of course the passwords are right, here. Whatever. But let's go back to the fire control. You should investigate the ship thoroughly and talk to everyone you can, maybe find some... Of course he's just standing right there. But yeah, so we gotta go here, try to free Kolya. So I tried free Kolya, encryption at -s secure AES 256-1 CD fleet command operations. So this is the admin info node. So this is the password 40NV connected, and CD202.190.33.2 and /disconnect press a command, just disconnect personnel to router code. So this is the router control information, which is UNDQQKR1C7Z. You hear the now familiar sound of the containment pod door unlatching, then releasing, and then you see Folkia suspended in the same kind of harness that Cupron was. She's breathing heavily. It looks like she's in pain.
You want to get me the fuck down?
You, Cupron, and Marty help Folkia down from her restraint. Once she's completely unhooked, she leans heavily on Cupron. You know what? These two are just made for each other. They're both crappy, awful people in a lot of ways, but the kind of crappy, awful people who have a strange sort of charm to them.
Hey, dumb fuck, you got something to say, or you just gonna stare, lol?
Which I am going to temporarily save here, just because I know an event is coming up. Okay, maybe not charm exactly. Look, you need to talk to them. You know that they both want to get out of here, that much seems like a given. Fucking Cupron both eye you suspiciously, but they don't interrupt. But they have given any thought to either how they're going to get out or what they're planning to do afterwards.
Lol, fuck shit up.
Wait, was that the answer to the first question or the second?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Glad to know they put a solid 5 seconds into this one, but maybe consider fighting back? Yeah. You're expecting the response to be this instant and relentless mockery, but somehow it's not. Instead, Cupron actually furrows his brow and looks at you.
You mean the rebels, right?
Yeah, actually, that was a basic implication. Although, if he's just gonna come out and say it, no, he's got a serious thing for the heirs and all, but Cupron glares at you.
Shut up! Need to think.
Well, okay, sure, but also seems like time might be a factor here. Cupron shoots you another glare and shuffles off to the side of Folkia. You can barely make out what they're saying.
What is it?
You remember what I was telling you? About her.
Are you fucking serious right now?
She's not doing okay. I know she's not.
She doesn't know who you are.
Fuck you.
Cupron walks back over. Folkia still until and grinning broadly.
Fuck it. Be me. Help the rebels.
He seems to think about this for a second, then something crosses his face. A look of glee unlike anything you've seen him show before.
Steal a fucking warship.
What?
What?
You heard me. Steal a warship. Steal this warship.
That's... Holy crap, that's a thing. Can they even do that?
In theory, yes.
Only need 2 crew. Me and Fall can take this shit.
Well, holy crap, that's something. That you'd be having an entire warship to use against the Empire would be pretty helpful, actually. But how would they even go about doing this?
Release launch systems. Strap in. Steal a starship.
Don't they have to be locked into the ship to do that? Isn't that a horrible trade to make? For some reason, Folkia is laughing at you, dusty and dry sounding.
Of course not. We don't need to be permanently in place.
Wait, so the Empire just locks in the helmsman in control in place because they're cruel?
Why is that a surprise? Easier to control us.
Lol, fuck him!
What he said.
Marcy walks over from where she's standing nearby and glares.
Couldn't help overhearing. I've got a question. Launching this ship like that, it's gonna rip the dry dock apart.
Lol, yeah.
You can't do that to these people. Everyone in the dock.
Lol, 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 lol. Who cares about them?
I do. And if you do this, you need to warn them so they can get out.
There is an alarm system in the launch control center.
Oh, that's fine. You can take care of sounding alarm while the others get the ship ready. Volcan and Cropper lead you to the maintenance access task while Marcy goes off to find Konya and explains the plan to her. Hopefully that won't end in a complete disaster.
Here it is. Last chance to turn back, I guess.
We're gonna steal a ship. Lol, my ship now.
You mean our ship?
Exactly.
Yeah. Our ship. Lol, 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 lol. All your base are belong to us. Lol, 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 lol.
I hate his character. I hate his character so much. But I think that's the purpose. Just the way he speaks. I just... still going back and forth. For Volcan and Croplum disappear around the corner, leaving you standing there staring at the entrance to the maintenance access center. Which, to be fair, I don't hate him as much as Zebra. Zebra is an absolute sleazeball. Croplum is just annoying. This feels like a bad plan. Everything you've been doing in the last few days feels like a bad plan. So of course you walk in and climb down onto the ladder. You begin a long climb up into the darkness, taking each rung at a time as you make sure not to look down. Can't help but dwell on what Croplum was saying, how strange his strange comments about the heiress, Tisra Tithras. You've been seeing her weird pose on Shitter this whole time, but what does Croplum know that you don't? Or what does he see? It's not important right now. You gotta focus on doing a job. Soon enough. Soon enough what? What are you going to do? How are you going to help these people? You've been doing this path for 5 night cycles now, and you're not really any closer to figuring out how to get your powers back. Honestly, it just seems more and more like you just won't ever get them back. God, that's a depressing thought. Fortunately, on the top of the ladder interrupts your increasingly mundane self-reflection. On the top of the warship is a long, narrow, gantry that extends all the way toward what looks like a tower in the distance. You're assuming this is your eventual goal, the launch control center. Just need to carefully make it. Oh, what the heck? Adria's here and looking pissed. Holy crap, what the heck? Adria's advancing on you, his hands crackling with psionic energy. He might not have cut it in his helmsman. He's powerful, and right now he is
You traitorous coward! You insignificant worm! You thought I wouldn't find out what you're doing! I was willing to accept your plan to retrieve our controller and helmsman. But the ship?
You're harmless.
Harmless? Don't make me laugh. You're clearly on behalf of the enemies of the Empire.
Well, you'd rather not comment on that, actually. Why is he so enthusiastic about the Empire now anyway? Seems like the last time he talked, he didn't care much about them at all.
Have you considered that maybe I've changed my mind? Now, give me one reason why I shouldn't strike you down where you stand.
Because he came here with Konya. Andrea's raised an eyebrow and frowns at you.
Connell? You would invoke the name of my matesprit, knowing full well that it would cause me to hesitate.
Yes, that's the whole idea, to get him to stop trying to kill you.
I still haven't made a firm decision in that regard, actually. So what you came here with my matesprit? So what?
She's trying to fight the Emperor.
Perhaps you have a point. But you do understand that my matesprit and I aren't bound together. We are, in fact, 2 distinct people.
But what about all the time they spent together before the Empire split them up? What about the fact that the Empire split them up in the first place?
If you're going to try to appeal to my sentimentality, you're wasting your time.
Actually, you're thinking appealing to a sense of self-preservation.
What in the name of the Empress are you babbling about? Do you have any idea who I am?
Yeah, he's just another pawn in the system. Andreas grits his teeth and scowls.
How dare you! You speak down to me as if I'm some simple technician! My power is beyond the comprehension of your foolish mind!
So what happens if he's not useful to the Empire anymore?
What?
They'll probably dispose of him malicious like Volkia. Andreas stops and stares at you, and for a moment you actually think he might have gone through them.
My usefulness to the Empire?
He's got it now. Even someone like him, someone who's in a position that they are okay with, they're still ultimately serving at the whims of the people who don't care about one bit about them.
You know what? No, this is absurd!
God damn it, but the Empire's horrible. He has to know that, right?
Of course! You think me a fool? But what is the alternative? To burn our planet to satisfy those who would defy the Empress's divine will?
That definitely seems not good. Behind you, you hear the sound of the access hatch being open and quickly turn to see Folkia and Kroplum standing.
Lol, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's not that surprising.
We set everything up. Time to go.
No! This madness ends now!
You can feel the electricity burning in the air as Koprom and Andrea let their respective psionics loose. You quickly run back toward Folkia, yelling at the top of your lungs. Before you can actually form a coherent idea of what's happening, Folkia runs over to where Andreas is standing and grabs the back of his arm. You can see the energy fade from his eyes almost immediately.
Fucking stop this!
She's right. The ship's about to launch anyways. He was so busy worrying about what you were doing that he wasn't paying attention to anything else. Not the ship, not to his own mates.
What are you talking about? What the hell are you bringing up Connell for?
Does he think that she just showed up randomly? She's on the run from the Empires now too. Adria frowns and shakes his head, but he doesn't respond. How can he be this callous? Doesn't he care about anything other than upholding the lie that Empire is based on?
Lol, get fucked!
Okay, he's really not helping here. Adria pulls away from Foley's grip, but it doesn't make him move to try and start using his powers again.
I will admit that I perhaps knew more about my mate Sprit's motives than I let on. I underestimated the scope, however. Very well. You, strange friend thing. Come with me. The rest of you can make whatever preparations are necessary here. What manner of insanity has gotten into them anyway? Or you, for that matter?
Look, you need to stop with this. You know how to get them all off-world.
Them? I'm not interested in staying with those reprehensible gremlins. I intend to follow whatever path my mate Sprit has chosen for herself. I hope you didn't think her anti-imperialist sentiments went unnoticed.
Andrea sighs.
Perhaps you're right. What use is my loyalty to the Empire when it gains me nothing? Perhaps some of that old opportunist still lives on within me.
He smiles and shakes his head.
In any case, if you want to sound the alarm, you will need to engage the sequence on the control panel over there. Simply enter the access sequence into the emergency security system, and the alarm will alert everyone in this facility and give them time to get clear. I believe you should be able to find the needed information on the server somewhere. But be wary. You likely only have a few short minutes left.
Oh god. Okay, so encryption.s secure AES 256-1 CD leads command operations admin info, which is the password 40NV, and then the CD 205.105.1.1, the alarm control, which is command-set alarm, and then password 40NV. All throughout the compound, you can suddenly hear the blaring of the alarm starting to sound. So yeah, that seems to be a good time to get the heck out. Which I'm actually going to save here because a secret achievement is actually failing to actually escape.
Agreed. Follow me.
You rush back to the gantry, holding tightly to the handrail toward the access hatch, leading you back down the ship. Down the darkness, once more punctuated by the scream of the alarm as you practically slide down the ladder toward the bottom.
I trust you know your way back from here. I need to find my mate Sprit.
Well, heck, it looks like you gotta remember how to get back. Doesn't seem like you got a lot of time either. Let's see, so... God, is there a way to speed up... Oh yeah, there's a way to speed up. Nope, that doesn't speed up the time. So I'm just gonna kind of just vibe here. Whee! Cause hooray for secret achievements. What the heck is this over here? I'm really curious. Oh, just hidden doors. Okay, whatever. Hidden door. Guess let's just explore the ship a little bit. I don't know. Looks like dead ends. Dead ends. Oh, okay. Whee. Yeah, sure, I'll go up one more. So next would be, I'm just gonna go up. Darn. Oh, so that's where another one of the dead ends leads. Interesting. There's a fire hydrant, a little plant, computers, notes. Nothing's interactable though. There's just like a door here. Let's see here. Oh no, whatever shall I do? I don't think I have enough time to escape. Whatever shall I do? The sound of the ship's engines coming is overwhelming, flooding you with the instant rush of terror. You make out one less desperate bid to escape, to get away. You find yourself floating in the formless white void once more. You can't quite remember how you got here. White noise. Council will see you now. You weren't able to escape the ship in time. Oh, it's him again. You know, you're actually getting kind of tired of this, of looping back again and again, trying to change things again and again. Why does it have to be so hard all the time? Sometimes it almost feels like just accepting the Empire would be an easier option. Yes, I can see how that might be appealing on one level. To give up and let yourself live one way, the way things are, right? Yes, finally they get it. It's so hard all of the time. It's not real, you know that, right? After everything, you just have to know that. Maybe it feels easier to give up, but you know that's an illusion. The thing that is a machine feeding off the blood and bodies of everyone that's a part of it. So what the heck do you do? Salvation, revolution, the same two choices that both equally false. What the heck is the right choice? Well, that's an interesting question. The two women briefly talk to each other. The voice is too low for you to hear. You don't get the sense that you're pondering for your question so much as they're trying to decide how to break the news to you. Finally, they turn back to you. There isn't a correct choice here. The two options that spin out into infinite possibilities. If you stop to consider why Doc Trash tried to kill you in the first place, what he might be hiding there, the thought crossed your mind. You didn't understand why it would matter. If everything is a part of Strack's plan and his eventual death and the birth of Lord English was all predetermined, then why did he care what you did? Why did he try and kill you? If the outcome is inevitable, why even waste energy? Perhaps somewhere on that infinite possibilities, what inevitable has changed. So yeah. So now we can actually continue on, so. Now we actually get to escape. I don't know why this ship's so confusing, but it is. Left once more. Out we go. You stumble out of the dry lock and back toward the fleet depot. You have no idea how much longer you have. Your legs burn and ache, but if you stop now, you're definitely going to be dead. You run by the guard post, careful not to let your mind linger on what happened there. There's only one thing that matters right now, and that's getting the heck out of here. Run! Run as far as your little legs can carry you. Run! Run, reader, run! You reach the hill above the base and you see trolls and all milling around, looking confused. It reminds you, for some reason, a school fire drill. You're not even sure if you even went to school. In the distance, you feel something is waiting, potentially energy about to explode, and then it happens. You don't hear the ship launching, you feel it. It's the sensation of something in the distance coming alive as the mass conversion thrusters boost into the air and the anti-gravity drives kick in with a roar. Psionics amplifiers take Copeland's already formidable power and magnify it exponentially, turning him into a living conduit for the ship's energy. All around you, the trolls watch in the dry suit in near terror as the unnamed warship peels free of the dry dock around it, tearing chunks of the supporting structure away and leveling the building as it breaks the confines of the structure. And then it's gone into the deep purple skies above. You wander the crowd a while, hoping to run into your friends. Finally, you feel a hand on your shoulder. You turn to see the hulking form of Kolya lead up against Adria, the two of them grinning at you.
Ah, I see you did in fact manage to make it out alive.
Hey, dumbass. Nice ass.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to get a little bit hurtful. Anyways, what are they planning to do now?
Connell has told me about her ideas to contact the rebels with her compatriot.
Yeah, 'cause it's a fucking good idea.
Indeed, it does seem like a solid plan. We will link up with the local rebel contacts and gather what intel we can in the meantime.
That's good. That's always good. Well, that's awesome. You turn from Kolya and Adria and continue walking through the crowd. You wander a bit more, pretty much aimlessly at this point. The crowd's still thick, but a lot of the trolls are starting to wander off and break into groups or talk to each other. You pass guards in armor holding rifles and trolls wearing what looks like lab coats, and none of them pay you any minds. Out ahead, you catch sight of one troll who stands out from the rest, someone wearing what looks like flight gear. There's something familiar about them. Hey! It's the air pilot dude! Holy crap, is that?
Oh my goodness! If it isn't my old friend!
Strangely very fitting voice, and nearly identical what I've had. Not exactly the same, but pretty much. Holy crap, Volker! You haven't seen him in, well, two streets the same as everyone else, you suppose. But he's looking good. He's got some kind of flight suit on that's quite stylish, and he just looks like life in general is agreeing with him.
Oh, my friend, how right you are! Life's been quite the peach lately. Matter of fact, I've had a bit of a chance to realize a dream of mine, if you'll care to come with me.
Oh yeah, sure. Volker leads you into a nearby field, and in the middle of it, you see a sleek black ship. Is this his? Volker nods enthusiastically.
Sure is, my good friend-shaped pal. Brand new T-405 atmospheric transport.
Oh, neat. Well, hey, while you're here, you got an offer to make to him. How would you like to, and this is purely hypothetical, leave attorney forever? Volker laughs.
Ha ha ha! Absolutely nonsense. Why would I want to leave? Why, I've got everything I could possibly want right here.
Oh, okay, but what about the horrible crushing weight of the Tyranian Empire? Volker shrugs.
It's a bit much, certainly, but not something I worry about much. After all, I'm no frontline soldier.
He throws you a little wink and gestures toward his ship.
Atmospheric transport, my good friend. Ferry the good soldiers and scientists of the Empire to and from various planets. Just got done with a tour on the Ictoritatis frontier conflict against the pirate stronghold. Messy stuff, but I stay above it all, eh? Heading up to the Spirulina soon to pick up some cargo.
Oh, okay. You don't think you met anyone? And met someone, as weirdly as peace with their role in the Empire, but what about streams of flight?
Oh, that. Well, see, atmospherics handle a bit differently than the dedicated antigrav frames. Useful when speed is of paramount importance, my friend.
He grins and hooks his hand in his flight harness.
Like running a team of Cerulean commandos in under enemy radar during a Class Delta storm.
Very interesting. You know what? Maybe half that sentence means, but he seems pretty proud of it, so you smile and nod. Something inside you tells you that you need to go with him to travel back into orbit. You have this vague sense of guiding thread to the whole time you've been back. As if someone's out there looking for you and ensuring that your story reaches to its conclusion.
Well, I suppose I can't begrudge you one small favor. Normally, Imperial procedure would be to report you, probably have you culled.
Your blood goes cold for a second, but Vakir grins at you and winks.
No worries, my good friend. I won't tell anyone if you won't. You want to hitch a ride into the wild purple yonder with me? Why, you just hop on board.
Oh yeah, you think you might just do that, actually. Inside Vakir's ship is all lit up a dim red, and you can possibly best describe as Austeria? It reminds you of the pop bubble inside of a submarine from a movie, or inside of a spaceship, also from a movie. You saunter over to what you seem to be one of the jump seats and flip it down. This doesn't look like it was designed for comfort as much as rough utility.
Well, strap in good and tight. It might be a thing of beauty to fly, but it is not easy on the rear end.
You pull the straps over a little tight and grin nervously. So what kind of the ship is the Spiritual anyways? Hopefully a fun one, right? Preferably one that's very chill and maybe some kind of violet blood enclave? For laughs at you.
Ha ha ha! Oh no, my friend. It's clowns all the way down.
Well, okay then. You remember what promised to Bronia. How about you look for Kirkia and find out what she's been up to? Maybe this is a chance to make up one or two things right in this world. To make up for what some of the harm you've caused.
Whatever you're yammering on about, I hope you're nice and comfy, because we're about to leave.
With that, Vakir quickly climbs into the cockpit and in front, straps with his own seat, fires up in the air.
Next stop, adventure!
To an adventure! You know what? Maybe I had enough adventure for this time being. But before you can finish the thought, the ship lurches onto you and you're on your way once again. Next stop, an adventure! Or something like that. The Final Frontier, Revelation in Volume 10. So, gosh darn spaceship. Do you want to say my progress so far? Yes, I do indeed. And with that, we're going to call this here One Cast of Troll. Return to the main menu, which story piece. Yeah. Let's see, gallery. Who are we expecting? Let's see here. Tutorial. Interesting. Got the frock. We got him. We got Frozier. Interesting. Very interesting. So with that, I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives. May the stars forever guide your path wherever they might lead you into the future. Goodbye, everybody.